In this corner, we got Filthy, fighting out of Front Royal, Virginia.
Bitch, I put that shit on. Baby say she love my drill. As soon as I hop out the wheel, yo bitch gon' disappear.
Welcome to the UFC Oklahoma Filthy full card breakdown. I'm going to go through the prelims and up to the main card and hopefully put out some bangers for you folks. Wanted to let you know how we did on the UFC 329 card. I put out two winners for you folks. We had Tracy Cortez versus Wayne Kong. We had that fight to go the distance. We had Adrian Yanez by KO TKO. Gable Stevenson by KO TKO. Robert Whitaker by KO TKO. And then the Corey Sandhagen Bautista fight to go the distance. I'm not gonna lie, both of those to go the distance had me a little worried when I was watching them. But we pulled through and we got a win there. We also had one other one. Let me pull it up. We had Alejandra Costa, moneyline. Robert Whitaker, moneyline. The Sandhagen fight, over 2.5 rounds. Paddy Pimblett, he pulled off the dub. I was arguing with a lot of people on that one. There was many people telling me they didn't think he was going to win, that BSD was going to win. And turns out it lasted 50 seconds. About as long as the Max Holloway one. We had Max Holloway as well. Those odds were plus 1424, and I think the other ones were like plus 2600 or something crazy like that. But anyways, I'm not going to gloat, but I'm glad we are on the right side of those, and hopefully we can put out some more. Let's go with the Oklahoma UFC Filthy breakdown. You got Melissano taking on Barboza. Barboza, she's from Brazil. Melissano, she's from the US. Melissano's a plus 400 dog in this one. I really like Barboza to win this one by sub. I definitely don't think this one goes to the card, in my personal opinion. Moving on, you got Alvin Hines. That guy was just recently busted for some kind of steroid. He was out for a year. And then you have RJ Harris. I remember him on the Contender Series. This is a tough one for sure. I would have to lean with RJ Harris just on the fact of he's like 6'5". He's pretty huge. I know the other guy, Hines, I know he's pretty tough, but I think the size is going to play a factor, and the fact that he was on roids and was off for a year. I think that's going to play a factor in this one. Give me RJ Harris, and I'm going to say he probably does it by KO. If not, he can also find a choke or win a close decision. Then you got Alden Correa taking on Stuart Nicole. This one, I really don't think it's going to be close at all. Correa, he's shown that he can be like a serious contender in this division. I don't feel the same way about Nicole. He's a plus 700 underdog, so I would definitely look for Correa to probably get the KO TKO, early stoppage. And the next one, you got Levi Rodriguez Jr. taking on Felipe Franco. I think this is probably one of the toughest ones on the card. I don't think either guy is great, but I know Felipe Franco, he's a real physical specimen. If I had to choose, I would probably pick him to win this one. Either a ground and pound TKO or a submission. Then you got GPL taking on Ko. US fighter taking on a South Korean. This is another very close one, I'm not going to lie to you. I would not be surprised if either guy won. I would have to lean with Ko. I just think he's fought the higher level of opposition, where JPL, he's kind of young. He's still early getting into this. I know he's been fighting for a long time, but he just hasn't really been on that same scale level as what Ko has. I think this one goes to the card. I might be thinking of doing an over 2.5 rounds, over 2, something like that. Not sure if I'm going to bet it money line. And then to end the prelims, it looks like you have Austin Bashi taking on Jose Delgado. This should be a really good fight. I've kind of went back and forth on this one, on deciding who I think's gonna win. At first, my mind was set on Jose Delgado, just because I think he's faced a higher level of competition and he has more notable wins. But then a part of me was like, his takedown defense isn't really the best. I've seen other fighters get him in bad positions, and I know Bashi's probably going to be able to take him down in this one. But at the end of the day, I'm still going to have to side with Delgado. I think Austin Bashi is going to make a mistake that's going to possibly cost him the fight, or he's going to get caught. And I think he's going to struggle a little bit on getting it to the ground. It's going to be a little harder than what he thinks. So give me Delgado in that one. Then you have a really exciting fight. Tommy McMillan taking on Alberto Montez. And this one, I'm a Tommy McMillan fan. I really like the guy. He trains with Sean O'Malley and Tim Welch. I think that they're going to have a good game plan coming into this one. You don't ever really see Tim Welch's fighters come in unprepared, especially, when they know that this guy's a grappler. I think Tim's really going to put some work on that during the camp. So give me Tommy McMillan, and I think it'll either be a decision or Tommy McMillan will get him out of there. You have Fatima Klein taking on Tabitha Ritchie. I think Fatima Klein is probably better everywhere. I don't think this one's going to be close. Tabitha Ritchie, in the past, she was a real notable girl fighter. She faced some really tough opponents. She didn't necessarily win many of them, but, just the fact that, some of the people she faced shows you how good she was at one point. But I think you're going to have to go with Fatima Klein in this one. And I think that one may go to a decision. If not, I think Klein can probably finish her. Then you have Chase Hooper taking on Mitch Ramirez. This is probably the biggest trap on the fight card. I really think Chase Hooper can get this one done. Just the way Mitch Ramirez's style is, a lot of the time you'll see him throw combos, and if he doesn't really land, he kind of like dips down and wants to take shots. And if he takes a shot on Chase Hooper, I think it's going to end just like that Patty BSD fight. Uh, so I'm going to have to side with Chase Hooper, even though it does scare me. I don't know if I'll bet it. Then you have the co-main event. You have Jared Cannonier taking on Christian Leroy Duncan. And that one, I just don't see how you could pick Cannonier. Not saying that he can't win. I mean, he's built like an ox. I definitely think there is a world where he could get this done. But his style now, he just kind of throws those big one punch KOs. Where I think Christian Leroy Duncan, he's real good at moving, going in range, out of range, and he throws a lot of volume. I think he could get him out of there, but I'm not 100% sure. Sometimes he kind of plays with his food a little bit, if that makes sense. So give me Christian Leroy Duncan. Official call, I'm going to say KO TKO. Then you got the main event. You got DDP taking on Kamaru Usman. South Africa taking on Nigeria. And this one, I feel like age is going to play a factor. I'm not really a big fan of either guy, so it's kind of a non-biased opinion. I think the size is going to play a factor. Whenever I seen the face off here recently, like a day or so ago, it looked like DDP was in a different weight class than Kamaru. What does worry me a little bit is, how much Hamzat was able to control DDP to where he spent the entire first two or so rounds completely on the ground where he couldn't do anything. But I'm thinking that he has the training and the tools to figure it out. And I just think he has a way better gas tank than what Kamaru does at this point in time. So I would say give me DDP, and I think he's going to win a decision. And that about wraps it up, folks. Thank you, folks, so much for watching this and for liking and subscribing. Hopefully, we can keep getting these dubs.
Bitch, I put that shit on. Baby say she love my drill. Soon as I hop out the wheel, yo bitch gon'